Swadika, thank you for joining us right here on Newsline. We're broadcasting live on NBT, Radio Thailand, FM 88, and also on NBT World. It's a Thursday, and the date is November 19th, and you're with me, Sandra Hanutsaha. We begin with today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward, and in our first story, Prime Minister General Prayuth Chanocha met with his Papua New Guinean counterpart, Peter ONeill, on the sidelines of this year's Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC, Summit in Manila of the Philippines. General Prayuth praised Mr. ONeill for successfully hosting the 46th Pacific Islands Forum Leaders meeting earlier in September, and for Papua New Guinea also playing host to the 2018 APEC Summit. He said that Thailand would be willing to share its own experiences in preparing for the annual conference, which the kingdom hosted in 1992 and 2003. The two leaders agreed to closer bilateral ties in all areas. The Thai premier spoke of cooperation in trade and investment, especially in the fisheries and agricultural sectors, which are vital industries in both countries. General Prayuth also took the opportunity to thank Prime Minister ONeill for signing the government-to-government agreement to import Thai rice. In terms of the fisheries sector, Thailand sees the potential in utilizing the kingdom's experience in the industry, coupled with Papua New Guinea's abundant marine resources, turning the island country into a distribution and investment hub for Thai companies. Prime Minister ONeill has expressed his intention to establish an embassy in Thailand and for Papua New Guinea to upgrade its status in ASEAN from observer to full member. The government will soon announce its first-year achievements, and Prime Minister General Prayuth Chanocha is asking all ministries to develop a plan for the second phase of the country's roadmap to administer the country and also to conduct reforms. The Minister for the Prime Minister's Office, Suwapan Thanyuwatana, stated that the government is preparing to announce its first-year achievements at the end of December. However, officials are waiting for further clarification from the Prime Minister. The announcement will be set up as a 3-day event at the Santi Maitre building at Government House. On the first day, the Prime Minister will make an opening speech regarding the achievements of the past year, following which the Deputy Prime Minister and various ministers will take over. The announcements will be split into morning and afternoon sessions. The Deputy Prime Minister is scheduled to join the lunch break in a bid to meet members of the media. On the last day, the Prime Minister will conclude the overall achievements of the government. The Tourism Authority of Thailand, or TAT, on October 22nd, has proposed to the Cabinet a plan to hold a New Year countdown event at Wat Arun Ratchawararam Ratchawaramahavihan. And initial estimates say the event will require 100 to 120 million baht. Joining us now via telephone is TAT Governor Dr. Yuttasak Supasan. Dr. Yuttasak, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Thank you for joining us, Dr. Yuttasak.
Yes.
Let me begin with our first question, which is why did the TAT choose Wat Arun as the venue for this year's countdown event?
As you said, the tourism authority of Thailand can say that the biggest countdown ever in Thailand. That is a part of the Stronger Together, the government campaign, in order to increase the global confidence on Thailand as a safe and secure destination, and moreover, in order to boost the image of Thailand as a world top tourist destination.
Mm-hmm. Now, okay.
And we incorporate with the Ministry of Culture, and the Temple of Dawn, or Wat Arun, as you said, will be used as the background. And don't worry, there is still a prayer service through the year 2016 at the Temple of Dawn as usual to reflect the kindness or the Thai way of life on the New Year's Eve. But there will be a number of shows at the bank of the Chao Phraya River in front of the Temple of Dawn. That we hope that this event will be televised nationwide and worldwide in order to boost, as I say, the image of Thailand as the world top tourist destination.
Now, I understand that the Department of Fine Arts is currently renovating the temple, but expects to complete its work in March of next year. Have you spoken with the department on preparations for the event?
Yes, we also talked to the people concerned, including the Ministry of Culture and the Temple of Dawn. Also, we have discussed about this matter.
All right. And if the project does get cabinet approval, how is the TAT planning to make the countdown a memorable one for event goers?
Yeah, we will submit this project to be approved by the cabinet by next week, and we will monitor the consequence of the event, and we will plan next step what we have to do next year.
And you mentioned that there will be performances held in front of the temple. What will the event goers, or what will people be expecting to see?
Oh, it will be extravaganza, the extraordinary that you can expect from the best of the world that will be shown at the bank of the Chao Phraya River. We are planning on it now.
So it's going to be a very exciting event.
That's right. I think that this event, not only all over the world, they keep their eyes on Thailand, but also I do hope that the performance, the show from this event will make Thai people stay at home in Thailand to see and be a part of the biggest countdown ever in Thailand on this New Year Eve.
All right. Now, the TAT is asking for 100 to 120 million baht to organize this event. Could you give us a breakdown of how the funds will be allocated?
For the budgeting, there will be allocated in many parts. There's some we have to support the Ministry of Culture. You can see that now the Temple of Dawn is now under the restoration. We have to pull down some construction and review it again. And some part of the budget will be allocated for the performance. We have a plan to construction like floating stadium in front of the bank, and maybe they have to do during the countdown event.
Well, it certainly sounds like it's going to be an amazing event indeed. Thank you so much for speaking with us today, Dr. Yuttasak.
You're welcome.
And that was Dr. Yuttasak Supasorn, the TAT governor, speaking to us about the TAT's plans to have a New Year's countdown at Wat Arun. The minister attached to the Prime Minister's office, Mamlong Panatthai Disakul, accompanied by Prime Minister's office Permanent Secretary, Police General Ek Angsananont, announced the release of two films, Kam Atithan and Yai Bunma, made as a tribute to His Majesty the King. And the two new films are inspired by true stories. Mamlong Panatthai said that His Majesty the King has always been an inspiration for Thai people. Throughout his reign, the King has tirelessly worked for the well-being of his people, keeping his promise when he said he would reign with righteousness for the benefit and happiness of the Siamese people. The movies Kam Atithan and Yai Bunma will be launched on November 24th of 2015 at Aksara Theatre.
December the 5th, we shall have a grand celebration at Thong Sanam Luang, in which the Prime Minister would chair the activity at 19 hours in the evening. So in great number of Thai people would participate in the event in the evening and light up the candles, not only in Bangkok, but it will also include all the 76 provinces throughout the kingdom.
The minister attached to the Prime Minister's office added that the government invites the public to participate in the activities In an effort to celebrate His Majesty the King's 88th birthday on December 5th and the Bike for Dad event on the 11th of December this year. The Government Public Relations Department is hosting a singing competition that is particularly reserved for songs composed from royal speeches in order to honor His Majesty the King on the auspicious occasion of his 88th birthday. A 3-day singing contest from November 18th to 20th is aimed at commemorating His Majesty the King's 88th birthday. More than 100 contestants have applied to vie for the royal trophy of Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn. Winners will also be granted with the Princess Mahachakri's Royal Scholarships. Public Relations Department, or PRD, Director General Apinanjan Tarangsi yesterday presided over the opening ceremony of the 3-day contest and explained the purpose and criteria of the event.
I would like to invite general public to this singing competition as a way to commemorate His Majesty the King's birthday. The singing competition will be held until November 20th at the Public Relations Department.
For anyone who is interested, please contact 081-420-9113 or 081-646-7115 for more details. Bangkok on the 18th of November of 2015, the 6th One Young World 2015 Summit has kicked off in Bangkok, bringing together more than 1,000 of youths from more than 190 nations around the globe to discuss and form solutions to the world's issues. One Young World is a not-for-profit organization that gathers young leaders from around the world to develop solutions to the world's most pressing problems. Bangkok had been selected to be the host city for its annual summit this year, following the success from last year's event in Dublin. Attending the opening ceremony were founders of the organization David Jones and Kate Robertson, and members of One Young World counselors, which include former United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan, musician and activist Sir Bob Geldof, and Nobel Peace Prize laureate Professor Muhammad Yunus, to name a few. Bangkok Governor Mom Ratchawongsukum Panbaripat gave a warm welcome to One Young World founders, counselors, ambassadors, delegates, and observers. Mr. Kofi Annan encouraged the delegates and ambassadors to tackle some of the world's issues, which include extremism, poverty, as well as problems related to education, the environment, human rights, peace, and security. Ms. Eloise Leconja Klein, an observer from one of the biggest shipping companies in the world, Maersk Line, said the company submitted several delegates who would bring their experiences in Bangkok back home and make positive changes.
And we have sent 15 people to One Young World this year from all over the world, but actually we've selected people from non-Western countries enabled to promote creating diverse leadership in our company. And I'm here as an observer, and that means actually that we make sure that the group get the most out of the conference.
Regis Burton, a delegate from Antigua and Barbuda, expressed his concerns over the current issues of the world and was determined to form solutions during the summit.
I would say one of the most pressing issues is the fact that we all need to actually sit down and realize that no race is superior than another race. We need to understand that we do need to educate people, both adults and youth. No one can be left behind. And the importance of building that bridge between generation gap, because there's a huge generation gap spreading across the world with the introduction of technology. Yes, it is positive, but it also has this negative side, and it's somewhat separating us. So that's what I look forward to, and that's my concerns.
Summit scheduled from November 18th to 21st of 2015, during which participants debate, formulate and share innovative solutions for the pressing issues that the world faces is set to be a great one. After each summit, the delegates work on their own initiatives or lend the power of the One Young World Network to those initiatives already in existence. Of those in employment, many return to their companies and set about creating change from within, energizing their corporate environment. The Office of the National Anti-Corruption Commission, or NACC, held an event to acknowledge its 16th anniversary while redoubling its commitment to tackling corruption and creating transparency among government-related agencies. The NACC and Comptroller General's Department, or CGD, organized a seminar entitled Modern Agencies, Transparent and Fair, focusing on the crackdown on corrupt practices and creating transparency among government agencies. The event was held to celebrate the formation of the NACC, which took place 16 years ago in accordance with the 1997 Constitution. The Commission is responsible for monitoring the work of the government, government officials, politicians with abnormal assets and corrupt practices, in accordance with the 1999 Organic Act on Counter-Corruption. Over the past 16 years, the NACC has handled more than 37,000 cases, 26,000 of which have been completed, while 11,000 are ongoing. And that is the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. Let's have a look at the exchange rates and the commodity prices now. The Office of the Ombudsman is aiming to upgrade the nation's complaint system to accommodate more inquiries after the ASEAN community commences, according to the Chief Ombudsman. The Office of the Ombudsman, led by its chairman, Siracha Wongsarayangoon, has held a meeting to brainstorm from all sectors methods to handle complaints and provide fairness for foreign workers in Thailand, as well as Thai citizens working in other ASEAN countries. He revealed that the office has received up to 100 complaints from foreigners, 94 of which have been resolved. The Office of the Ombudsman will be working with 29 foreign government agencies to examine the use of power by ASEAN governments. This mechanism will help to ensure fairness and protection for all ASEAN nationals.
And to altogether among all the government officers of each ministry to work hard, and to be prepared how can we cope with this problem, and how can we resolve the problem. It's going to be a lot of the question or issue coming up after they open the ASEAN community. So we should be prepared in order to solve this.
The Chief Ombudsman added that the office has been working with international agencies, including South Korea's Anti-Corruption and Civil Rights Commission and the Ombudsman Republic Indonesia, to establish a complaint channel for ASEAN citizens. We all love great films, and some of them are inspiring, and many make us laugh, and the best are unforgettable. In Thailand, we are lucky to have the World Film Festival of Bangkok, and our reporter has already seen one film that is especially appealing to young girls. Prayuth Chanocha has the story.
One of the most inspiring recent films is Big Dream, an American film which documents intimate real-life stories of 7 young girls who break barriers and overcome their personal challenges and surrounding cultures to pursue their big dreams in science, maths, computing, and engineering.
สวัสดีค่ะ I'm here at the 13th World Film Festival of Bangkok 2015, which is held at the SF World Cinema at Central World from the 13th to 22nd of this month. It is a great opportunity to watch films from all over the world, including the film Big Dream, an American production directed by Miss Kelly Cox, who came across the world to participate in this festival. And Miss Cox graciously made us a time for an exclusive interview.
I made a film called Big Dream because I wanted young girls to see other girls that looked like them, who were confident, ambitious, intelligent, and who would stop at nothing to achieve their big dreams. I hope at the very least what Big Dream does is inspires girls and boys just to be confident and, not to overthink. We can all pursue anything that we believe in if we work hard and we have confidence.
Ms. Cox also added that she plans to come back to Thailand and direct a film about a food-related story centered on how Thailand provides so much food to the world. Ms. Melinda Messonis, Public Affairs Counselor of United States Embassy of Thailand, was also at the festival and had some time to speak to NBT World about exchanges program between Thailand and the United States through people-to-people relations.
We have many exchange programs that emphasize people-to-people cooperation. In fact, we've had these for generations. The people of the United States and the people of Thailand have been friends now for nearly 9 generations. And a lot of that is through direct people-to-people contact that we know is so important to our relationship. Thailand is an extremely important ally to the United States here in Asia and worldwide. And so we hope that through greater understanding at the people-to-people level, we will continue to have this excellent relationship that Thailand and the United States have enjoyed for 182 years.
Spreading positive messages through film is one of the ways the United States promotes American culture and values all over the world, including Thailand. And a film like Big Dream will inspire people everywhere. The World Film Festival of Bangkok 2015 is one of the most interesting events of this year and shouldn't be missed. Camera work by Suvishan Gaoyang and Pimchanok Ratanapiseth for NBT World.
Thank you to Khun Chanocha for that report, and unfortunately that's all the time we have for this edition of Newsline. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook by typing in NNT, and you can check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/en. We're going to say goodbye today with footage of Singapore's Changi Airport unveiling 2 replica starfighters from Star Wars, along with a parade of actors in Star Wars costumes. For Newsline, I'm Sandra Hanut-Saha. Have a spectacular day. Sawadee ka.